calls on my own time. Thank you, Tommy. Here. All right, there you go. Yeah, good luck tomorrow. All right. Okay, so can I just make my calls from? Could we all agree that if you were sitting at home tonight, you would have made at least a few less phone calls and giving a little less effort than you would have if you were in this room? Could you agree? Say aye if you agree.
Aye.
That's why we do what we do. It's called a concentrated period of time for you to just immerse yourself into the environment for 2 hours and just start making your calls. You got nothing else to do. And look how many appointments we booked up. You guys booked up 71 appointments, just shy of last week. We did 73 last week. The goal, we needed 74 to give away a bag. I had a whole bag. Look what's in this bag. A whole bag of free cuckold. Look at this. All of this was going to be given away, but instead, I have koozies. I got a couple koozies for you guys. It's going to be awesome. And I'll even put some big koozies in there, big graphic. I'll represent Lindsay's company. So it's going to be great.
Our chicken minis out.
Chicken minis are out. Chicken minis are out. So you guys missed chicken minis by 3. That's unfortunate, too, man. Sucks. But it's all right. It's all right. Who do we want to blame this week? Last week we had, I think it was Josh's last week. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll find whoever the caboose was. So let's do a quick rapid fire speed. Rapid fire. What's hot? What do you appreciate? Then I'll bring on Mr. Gamboa. I have a couple thoughts for you guys tonight. Very bridge, very to the point meeting for you. So what's hot? What do you appreciate? We'll start with RJ. Go across the front, back to Sierra, across the second row, and all the way back. 10 seconds or less. 10 seconds or less. What's hot? What do you appreciate in life right now? Anything in life, please go.
What's hot? I had 6.8K day yesterday. What do I appreciate? Got started with 21 appointments close. I did my appointments Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just coming in tonight, I had 21 appointments ahead.
Nice. That's exciting. 21 appointments ahead. Excellent. Ryan, what's hot? What do you appreciate? 10 seconds or less.
What's hot is like the amount of people in this room. We don't even have tables in front of us because it would be too crowded.
Excellent.
And what I appreciate is I have about 10 appointments ahead of me partly for the push, like about 8 for the push and 2 just after.
Hell yeah. Love that. What's hot? What do you appreciate, Josh? 10 seconds or less.
My vacation's coming up June 17th, and even though I didn't have a good phone jam, I still got 12 appointments ahead of me just for the push. So
hell yeah. Still 12 ahead of you. Steve, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
What's hot is I said 8 appointments tonight.
Nice.
And what I appreciate is this team meeting.
Yeah, strong. Zach, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
What's hot is the summer's here, and I appreciate this whole team.
Yeah, it's fun. Sierra, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
It was the phone jam tonight, both at 8. And then what I appreciate, all of them was the community.
Nice job. So Sierra, you booked up 8 tonight. Steven, you said you booked up 8. RJ, you booked up how many? 8. Nice. Ryan, you said you booked up how many?
4.
4. And Josh, you booked up how many?
1.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, man, that's rough, dude. Oh, boy. Mason, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
What's hot? I have 16 appointments ahead of me before the end of Wednesday night. I mean, not Wednesday night, Monday night.
Nice. Love it.
Before Monday night, and what I appreciate is probably the biggest team meeting we've had.
So far, might be. Chelsea, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
What's hot is I have 4 demos tomorrow. What I appreciate is this room.
Nice. Brenda, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
I appreciate the videos. I really have been enjoying them. The Tony Robbins today.
Ah, nice. Yeah, sound to Spotify to you guys, right?
I got Spotify.
Nice. Hell yeah, Brenda's on Spotify.
Brenda.
Follow. Cynthia, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
What's hot is that we made appointments tonight. What I appreciate is the opportunity that Cutler gave me, like working with.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you helping us build our team. It's exciting, for sure. Taylor, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
What's hot in the room? Actually, a little bit over here. But and then what I appreciate is just everyone here, working hard.
Yeah, young people working hard. You can't beat that. And well, if you wanted to, it's up to you. Since you're closed, you can cut the air down to like one notch if you want. And Taylor, you said you're going to book up 5 tonight. How many did you get to?
Yeah, 2.
Got it.
There's our 3.
There it is. There's 3. Jesse, what's hot? What do you appreciate? Anything in life?
What's hot appreciate is trying to book up the rest of my Friday, and that'll be tomorrow.
Yeah. And you said you were going to book up 5 tonight. How many did you get to?
1.
Oh.
Evan, the effort.
Yeah,
He's
hey.
a lot of calls.
Effort. We'll do it. Yeah. Effort. No doubt. Yeah. Trey, what's hot? Would you appreciate anything in life?
What's hot is so today I had another customer book up an appointment with me, and the person that they called booked up another appointment with me with their neighbor who also has Cutco.
Nice. Double alley.
It was like
Double leapfrog. Double leapfrog.
What I appreciate is the opportunity to cross-train with 2 people over, like, that are in the Hall of Fame of Cutco on Saturday.
Nice. Very exciting. And for those of you guys that don't know, Leapfrog, we learned that at SLDMs, the Sales Leadership Development Meeting, how to get your customer to do phone time for you. Looks like Trey did a double Leapfrog today for 2 customers doing phone time for him. So great best practice there. And Jules, what's that? Would you appreciate anything in life?
My dog is pregnant.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
What do I appreciate? Like every call support during the phone time.
Excellent. Excellent, Jules. Bella, what's that? Would you appreciate anything in life?
What's hot is I have 10 appointments booked up for me so far,
Mm.
and I have 3 to do tomorrow. And what I appreciate is being here.
Yes, you made it. We love having you. I know. Spencer, what's that? Would you appreciate anything in life?
Oh, it's hot. 2 days till I take off my knee brace for a torn meniscus.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then appreciate really this room, but Zach also for doing that one-on-one training with me.
Excellent. Excellent. And then we'll go to Grant and finish up with Tyler and Will. What's that? Would you appreciate?
What's hot is made my first just about 2 months here. It's pretty awesome, and I appreciate everyone in this room.
Nice. Welcome to the team, brother. Tyler, what's that? Would you appreciate anything in life?
So what's hot is I'm leaving Saturday for a combine camp in Jacksonville, and then I'm going like a tour of multiple combine camps. So I was thinking like I ended up taking light, but I came here and I appreciate the energy that helped me book 10 appointments before I leave for Saturday.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's about to be big. It's about to be big. Excellent. Well, take us home. What's that? Would you appreciate anything in life?
I leave Spain tomorrow, and what I appreciate is Dan Man giving me a call and getting a new TV today.
Yes, he did.
Damn the man.
Will just got a brand new, 55-inch TV, upgraded, which is pretty cool. So just doing the knife job, winning money, and winning TVs and stuff, which is really cool. And I just want to say I'm extremely grateful for my staff, for just the camaraderie that the staff has. If Chelsea is is sick, it was cool to have Ryan step up, and Will's going out of town. It's awesome that Chelsea's stepping up, and it's really awesome to see like each person having each other's back. With like Mason, Jesse, Taylor, being like, let me book some extra PRs to help us add more people to the team, and it's really cool. RJ going out to the field and also setting up PRs this week, having 15 people that he's already set up for interviews this week. It's Wednesday. That's awesome. Like the camaraderie that we have amongst our staff is something that I really appreciate. All of you guys having each other's back and making sure that you just do your part, which we appreciate. So that's what I appreciate for sure. I was telling Jeff that today. We're up to really exciting big things in our office. What I'm going to do is, under that note, go ahead and take out a pen and paper. I'm going to do my part, and then I'll bring in Jeff, because I don't want to miss this. I feel like we have some good momentum right now, and I was going to do this at the end. I'm going to do it right now. I want you to see what I see from the district perspective, okay? So from the district manager perspective, been doing this for quite some time. It's my 15th summer with the company, and I wanted you to see what I see. So what I went ahead and did is I put together a spreadsheet of 2 things. This right here is June week 3. In my opening comments earlier today, I said in 3 Saturdays. Anybody write down the date I said? Right? So June 16th, that's going to be our day where we have 40 Cutco representatives that one day selling Cutco. And on that day, we're going to have a 30K day, right? I'm calling the shot right now. So for those of you guys, you can mark the calendar, get ready. One of the things, the reason where this came up is because that Friday before that Saturday, we want to have 20 people that complete training. So the Friday, that's June 15th, we want to have 20 people leave training into activity onto that Saturday. Here's what happened last year. We launched 17 people on that Saturday, and those 17 people that weekend, if you guys could see this, ended up selling $29,900, if you guys can see that, on that weekend, which was mostly Saturday sales. So we sold 30 grand on that Saturday. And just to put that in perspective, last week we sold 27 grand as an office the whole week. Okay? So we're just a couple of weeks away from a $30,000 day. And we ended up doing right at $50,000 that week. But you see, we had over 30 people make a sale. So it's 32 people make a sale. We ended up having 151 sales that week. And look at some of the killers, like Samantha Scribano. That was a weekend. That was it. That was her first weekend on the job. She was about to leave for University of Florida for summer orientation. She worked for a weekend, sold $7,400. That's what I was talking to Steven about. Could you find someone to just take your spot for a couple of days? That's the power of that. Then we have this name called Will Lovelace, dropped $3,200 that week, right? You guys might know that name. And then we had, we have a couple of names that maybe some of you guys might remember. And then we have Taylor over here, $1,900. And then, like, you see, like, new guys. These were new guys. Dane Sands, $1,600. A guy, Nick McLean, was a new guy, $1,300. So you could see some of these names. Jesse's in there. And they were all fairly new. So all fairly new. Very much like the back two rows at that point in time, June week 3. But here's what's exciting. What do you think that set up for July week 3, 1 month later? When those representatives got their skills head down, got their fundamentals down, got their confidence where it needed to be. Some of them were like coming into champions clubs, morning workshops. They got through like the flirting, dating stage with Cutco. They're like, I'm doing this. I'm doing the knife job. You know, your friends start making fun of you when you're new doing the knife job. And you're like, almost take offense to it. And like it gets to your head. And then you get to the point where you do it for a couple of weeks. You're like, you're stupid for not doing the knife job, right? And you get that confidence. That's kind of what happens after a few weeks. This is what happens. Ready? July week 3. So mark my words. Again, 4 weeks later, we said, what was the date? June what?
16.
So we're talking July 16th, that week. That was our biggest sales week of the entire year. And we ended up selling $84,000 for that week. We had 220 sales that week. You ready for this? But here's what's cool. So remember some of those names? Dane Sands went from only selling $1,600 to a $5,900 week. You know, you got a guy like Nick McLean who went from selling $1,200 to $4,000 a week. You got a guy, Will Lovelace, who sold $3 grand and jumped it up to a $6,500 a week. We got this hot shot recruit, Zach Schachter, who drops an $8,600 a week. So all these guys and all these girls who were new leveled up. And look, if you look, what I see, we went from 35 reps, 34 reps. We only had 37. It wasn't like we jumped up a large amount. We just got better recruits. We got better, not only better recruits, but the recruits got better at the job. You feel me? So if you're only thinking short sight right now, like this week, next week, this weekend, next weekend, you're limiting yourself. I want you to get ready for that Saturday, June 16th. But then I want you to think, what happens that 1 month later, that middle of July? What is your sales report going to be? What is it going to be on that June 16th? And what is it going to be on July 16th? And if you start thinking those terms, it could be very, very exciting. And I really hope that if you're in this room, you're going to be in one of these look how many people sold over $3 grand. We had double-digit people over $3,000 weeks. Not only, I mean, you have to understand, most of them are at 20, 25, 30%. How sick is it going to be that if you're based on averages, everyone in this room should be making a comma paycheck July week 3. This isn't hope. This isn't gambling. This isn't betting. This is fact. This is history repeating itself 1 year later. That's where my mindset is at. So all of you on my Alliance for SC1, this is just the beginning, baby. Your fundamentals. Me hounding you about your phone approach. Yeah, because I want you to experience that in a month from now. Right? I want you to get fundamentally sound right now. I'm not focused on the short-term prize. I'm focused on the process, because then know what happened from there? We had 25 people get interviewed for the Leadership Academy with Mr. Gamboa. That opened up a next-level opportunity, such as a branch manager over in Dade City, and Ella Blaisdell in Northeast Richmond, and Amanda in South Richmond. That's exciting. And 7 assistant managers, Jesse and Taylor, and Will and Chelsea, these individuals that earn management leadership positions. That's exciting. You don't know. I'm not a fortune teller, but what I'll tell you is I'll treat you the same way I treated them 1 year ago. I'll give you opportunity, I'll give you vision, and I'll raise you in an environment that will challenge you to grow to your full potential here. So what I want you to do on your pen and paper real quick, I want you to try to capture, you see my vision of what I want to do for my team. Try to capture your vision. Think about your Cutco business, June 16th. What do you want to get accomplished June 16th? And what do you want to get accomplished on week 3 of July? What does that look like for you? What does big look like for you? What do you want to contribute during those weeks? And I also want you to think about how does that tie into your summer goals? Whether it be your financial summer goals, your advancement summer goals. Something to help you consider. Zach goes back to Indiana. Mason's going to FSU. We have Taylor's going back to Oklahoma. Will's going back up to FSU. Jesse's going back out to Mississippi. All of their jobs are up for grabs. All of their jobs are up for grabs. I'm not saying you even want their jobs, but I'm saying they're available. They're open. Ella's job, well, she's going to be at the FSU. She was here this spring. She's not going to be here. Tyler's job this spring, well, he's a career manager now. His job's available. Every management job is available. And you look at the 2019 vision over there, there's 22 management spots available in 2019. You can earn those in the next few weeks, and every one of those spots are a 5-figure summer opportunity. Plus the experience, the advancement, and the chance to have a guy named Spencer thank a kid named Zach, and you're like the same age. And it's kind of crazy that Zach has his name on the door because he worked hard last summer. Like, he has hardwood floors and couches in his office. He has his own space, his own specs. He's the boss. If he wants to take a weekend off and go to a concert, he could.
I'm so sorry.
You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to do it. And he still ran his business. Hey, we'll take it. You know, he's his training class set up for tomorrow. He's running the shots. He's calling the shots. I freaking love that. And how old are you? 19. I want to give Zach the spotlight for just a moment because this is a kid who is number one, $8,600. And he wasn't even in your chairs yet. Zach didn't start till that week, two weeks before that. 2 weeks before that. Zach, if you had to say, everyone just wrote something down for this week, you know, or for June 16th, July 16th. What are your thoughts, man? Was it worth it? These are the questions that come to my mind if I'm in this room. Was it worth it? How did you do it? What are you up to now? And what are you moving towards? And like maybe some of that can kind of help anybody in this room to say, you know what, maybe I'll do that too.
I would say a couple things. So it's definitely worth it. Like that. Honestly, like you kind of don't really know. Like the future is kind of blurry when you're this young. So it's like thinking like it's really hard. Like I don't even know. You know, now I know what I'm eating for breakfast tomorrow. But a year ago I didn't know. You asked me what I was eating for breakfast the next day. I couldn't tell you. So like I feel like just like working in this position in this job, like you really get personal clarity on what your future looks like and what that means. Not only what you're doing work-wise, but what you are person-wise, what you are as a friend, what you are as a rep. And I think like really just the main like I guess light bulb for me was when I would ask Mike, like, you know, I would come in for Champions Club and I would ask Mike for like videos and really like becoming like a student of the business. That was when I like turned the corner. Yeah.
Always. Because he would drive here from like Lutz.
Yeah.
So he would drive here from Lutz, and on his drive here and back, he would listen to all like our whole YouTube channel. We have like 40 videos on there, and he would just listen to them on the drive. And he would constantly ask me for wisdom and ask me for knowledge and get better. And he was driving here about an hour, 45 minutes in the mornings, probably more, just to get knowledge and then go out and do his appointments. And sometimes he would just come here even if he didn't have to. He was coming up here just because he knew that it was going to help him get better. And it pays off. It pays dividends. So yeah, it's a lot of driving. Yes, it's a little extra hours. And yes, you're not paid for your time. I don't want to pay you for your time. Why? Because I don't know how much you're worth. Let's be real. How can I figure out what you're worth? You can figure out what you're worth. I can't figure out what you're worth. I don't put a price tag on your head and say you're only worth $10 an hour, because that wouldn't be a fact for some of you. You know, RJ's 17 years old. Yesterday on Tuesday, yesterday, RJ made $1,000 yesterday. He worked, 10 hours, so he paid himself $100 an hour. There's no one paying a 17-year-old kid $100 an hour. That's doctor money. But there's no 17-year-old doctors. I mean, we're not Doogie Howsers in the house, right? You know, that's kind of cool. I can't put a price tag on you, but you can, and you could earn that here. So just food for thought. Anyone want to share any light bulbs or anything that came from what Zach just said or what I just said before I transition into the next section of our meeting? Any light bulb, anything land with maybe one of you or two. Chelsea, please.
Because it's student business.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
So like, rather than just like looking at it as like work, come here to learn and become the better version of yourself.
It's true.
Yeah. Can I just say something?
Yeah, we'll go Zach and then RJ, and then we'll
Yeah, it doesn't take listening to videos at all your entire drive, but just asking an extra question, watching a video, like that's all just progress, and that's all just gonna pay off. Like you don't have to do everything, but as long as like you're just improving, you know, that's when you're gonna receive those rewards. So. And
some of the videos are not even cucko. It's like Tony Robbins stuff. And by the way, I'm a huge Tony Robbins fan. I'm taking my wife. It's a $10,000 week. Like that's a $10,000 experience that I'm paying and taking my wife to in December. The guy has a waiting list for 32 years for him to give you one-on-one coaching. And know what he charges? $1 million. $1 million to get coached by him like I coach you guys. For him to coach you the way I coach you is $1 million, and there's a 32-year waiting list. Some people will die before they get to pay this guy $1 million to coach him. How much value do you bring to the world? How much value is your time worth $1 million? And so, you know, some of you guys, you know, I just want you to think in these terms. Think big. You're the future leaders. You realize this, right? You're the future. Why do I do it? It is not about the knives. It is about you. You are the future leaders of our businesses. My kids are going to work for you. So if you screw up, my kids are pretty screwed. I want to raise you in a healthy way so you can raise my kids in a healthy way. We all play a part. We all play a part. I just want you to, I don't know if you think the way I think, but I encourage you to try. And there's one over here. And then
mine was pretty similar. Like the same thing, listening to stuff, the inspiration stuff. Like, you know, I never really listened to the stuff, you know, actively. I just sort of like played it and, you know, sort of picked up a few things. But this morning I actually like in my car right over here, I listened to Tony Robbins, and I definitely thought that it was how it motivated me and got me ready for the day, and definitely gave me some ideas that I could help implement in my life.
Awesome. So I'll keep sharing if you keep listening. So I wanted to start with that. I felt like we were going to go there, and I went there, so it was good. Let me give you a calendar of events, and I'll bring up Mr. Gambo, and he'll just wrap us up. So calendar of events. So take out your calendars and your schedules, please. All right. So a couple of changes that we have to the plan. I decided to postpone our parents' night. So please let your dad know, and I apologize for any confusion. It's just there was too many conflicts. So I'm giving you guys well in advance notice. Please mark your schedules. It's not going to be tomorrow night. It's going to be Thursday night, June 28th. June 28th. My birthday is June 25th. So just so you guys know, you don't have to give me a gift unless you want to. I'm just totally kidding. I don't expect anything big. So June 28th, Thursday night, probably be like at 7 o'clock. Okay, 7 o'clock. We'll call it 7 to 8:30. Please let your parents know. I'm sure they're curious about me, and that's also going to set us up before July. So June 28th. The next couple calendar of events in June that you want to mark down. June 24th is our next PB&J. It's a Sunday morning. So if you guys want to hang out and help us out, you may have saw the post. We had two little girls, 8 and 12 years old, by their dad. Remember I told you I went to a grab meeting, and last Friday, I don't know if you guys remember, but yeah, so that was the guy, and he brought his 2 kids. It was awesome. And Brenda, so PB&J the 24th. My birthday's 25th, just so you guys know. The 24th at 9 a.m. For those of you guys that hit the VIP night for this push for 10K, that's going to be on June 23rd. That's a Saturday night. That's going to be the VIP night, just so you guys know. Father's Day is the 17th, so don't forget about that. June 16th, as you guys know, is our 30K day. The 15th is going to be our 20-person training class. The 12th, June 12th. Anybody know what June 12th is?
SC1.
SC1, baby. So that's going to be in Fort Myers. We'll be meeting here early morning, probably around the 7:30, 8 a.m. hour. I'll have breakfast. I usually buy some bagels, granola bars. bananas. We'll meet up here, and then we'll head down to Fort Myers together. So get ready for an all-day fantastic event. And this Sunday coming up, June 3rd, is going to be another cash grab from noon to 5:30. Okay, so noon to 5:30, doing another cash grab. I still have a $50 bill in there, and I still have a bunch of 10s, 5s, and a whole lot of 1s. Well, actually, RJ got a lot of the. Actually, RJ got like
20.
yeah, he scooped the 20 last week. So, so we got a cash grab on Sunday coming up, and then lastly is Thursday morning, tomorrow morning, and Friday morning our Champions Clubs. Alliance, you obviously know we're here at 7:30, but for those of you guys that want extra content, Champions Club 8 a.m. on Thursday and Friday mornings, and that's for your 10K coaching. For those of you guys that want to finish off your fast start strong, and that are still in your fast start, so for 10K coaching. So, any questions on any of the schedule? Alliance Friday morning and Monday mornings, just so you guys know, Jeff has our conference call, so it'll probably take us to closer to the 9:45 hour, just so you guys know, for scheduling appointments on Friday and Monday. Cool. So let me go ahead and pass it on to Mr. Gamboa, and then I'll just wrap up our meeting with any best practices from those of you guys in this room, and we should end a little early tonight. So I just want you guys to know that Mr. Jeff is one of the most premier managers that we have in our business, and I have to find where it is. He is taking time every week. You guys have been here for a while. You know what he's going to talk about. He's going to talk about SC1. He's going to talk about SLDM. But why? Why is he talking about the same stuff over and over again? Because it's what? It's important. It's important. He wouldn't take time out of his day to have this 10-minute conversation with us. So please give him the respect as if he's sitting in front of you right now. Take notes as if he's talking to you, and then we'll debrief very quickly. And I'm excited to hear what he has to say. I've been watching this video myself. I'm going to
recognizing exactly what I said to those of you that were at my SLDM yesterday. That the Florida United team would, starting this week, be all over the National Sales Report and would continue to grow from there. And Florida you making it happen here. I want to recognize all of the offices and reps from our United team on the National Sales Report. First, in the Cutco Sales Professional category, this represents people who do this on a full-time basis. Our number 9 Cutco Sales Professional in the entire company from Fort Lauderdale, Mr. Andy Jonti, the legend, over $3 million in Cutco sales, was number 9. And it took $10,000 to break the top 10. And the number 1 Cutco Sales Professional for the week, check this out, sold $21,000 for the 8-day period, and made half baby. Also on the rep category, top 20 reps get recognized, and we have our first national sales rep representation of this summer from the new rep category. Anthony Mian from the Metro Miami office, number 12 in the entire country, and it took over $6,700 to get onto the national sales report. Number 1 rep in the entire country was at $12,450 for new reps. So props and congrats, Anthony. Let's make that a habit. Also want to give props to our new offices, our vet offices, and our divisional district teams representing on the national sales report. Check this out. The Metro Miami office, number 12 in the entire country for new business. That means new reps that just started this summer. Number 18 in the whole country for total sales. And then also number 1 for new district category in the entire company. So congratulations, Andrew, Eddie, and the Metro Miami team. The pilot, Fort Lauderdale, led by Luke Paseko, in the entire country. New business, new reps that just started. Number 5 in the whole company. Number 5 in total business for the whole company. And the number 5 pilot, that means it's run by a division manager and a pilot sales manager. There's only 43 of those offices. Number 5 high. Props to Luke, Dave Delgado, and the staff there. Also, first full year, want to give props to also the San Juan office, David Delgado in San Juan, re-emerging and getting the San Juan team going, number 9 in new business, number 7 in total. And then under brand new, just started in May, new district managers, Mr. Jackson Montgomery, number 9 in the whole country, new business, number 5 in total out of the Tallahassee office. And props to Mr. Carlos Cordero. The district category is his office plus any branches that have come and trained out of his office. Number 8 high in new business, the Tampa district team, and number 5 in the company in total business. And it's really cool to see the Florida United team, the East Coast, South Florida side of Florida United, Florida Caribbean is what we call it. Number 8 in the nation in new business, and number 8 in the whole company in total. And I just want to give the report here, I think it's worth looking at. For the national sales report, write this number down, it is $5.1 million in sales.
Mm.
Mrs. Jones, the company sold $5.1 million in sales. And you can let them know that right after you let them know how much we sold as a company, 260 plus million. Okay? And the key phrase that I like to throw in is, Mrs. Jones, we sold over $260 million last year, or annually. This week, my division manager on this video said that we sold 5.1 million just this week alone. And the reason is because we're giving such great deals and it's such an awesome value. People are buying it left and right and getting the set of Cutco. So I want to share that with you today. Okay? So
It's great for budget-minded consumers like
like
you and your husband, right, Ms. Jones?
You're about to start.
That's the phrase.
I want to share a few thoughts on just the time of the year and the explosion that's about to happen and the explosion that you really should be a part of. And it's called our SC1 push. Our Summer Conference 1 push started on Memorial Day Monday. And what a start we've had. We've had people who were selling the first custom sets from nothing. We had people going from the starter sets to the first doing the job sets, and people who were selling the first homemaker signatures and completes, turning that into multiple consistent doing the job sets throughout the week and throughout the days, and in some cases closing on bigger sets like a kitchen. And what's so great is that the push is a time period for you to, and you can write this down, number one, make more money. A push period is a concentrated time where you make more money than normal on a weekly basis. Number two, hit more promotions, right? Number three, gain more skills. And number four, get the most from the job. That includes the prizes, the experience, and the training. And so we're in a big competition right now, and we're gonna have our top offices competing for most sales during the period. We have our veteran offices competing. We have our new district managers competing. We have our branch managers competing. And for those of you that are looking to get on my radar for Leadership Academy interviews, oh man, we're gonna give away 20 trophies for the top 20 representatives in the mainland and the top 10 representatives on La Isla. So mark your calendars. And again, why we're pushing so hard is so that you come out of it a better rep, so that you come out of it with more momentum. So you come out of the push week ready to capitalize on the summer of 2018. Anything we have to do with it, the best summer of your life, and just beginning your cut through college track. So with that being said, why are we pushing? We're pushing because of the conference. SC1 is on June 12th, and I want to write this down, June 12th for the mainland, June 13th for La Isla in Puerto Rico. The biggest, the baddest, most enthusiastic, most high-powered instruction, most informative event that we run in the entire year thus far. And the reason we run it, again, is to explode our reps at a time that get invited into a tremendous, tremendous summer. So we've got people like the likes of Andy Janti at $3 million in sales teaching on how to close like a champion.
Wow.
Selling success.
I did not know that.
This is a guy who's selling between $200,000 and $300,000+ worth of Cutco annually. You're gonna hear from Taylor Max Ricard, who's one of our most accomplished scholarship winners while he was in college at FGCU and FIU, was able to sell and make between 30 and 50 grand part-time while going to school. He's gonna be teaching some keys. Also, we're gonna hear from some of our top veteran district managers, like Mr. Mike Abramowitz in the Clearwater office, Mr. Carlos Cordero in our Tampa office, Mr. Andrew Evans, our Metro Miami office, and Mr. Luke Naseco, our pilot sales manager. Four of our most experienced, most accomplished managers gonna be giving you the goods on recommendations, closing, how to create more customers, and so forth and so forth. And you'll surge with a better demo, with a better program, with a better business. And of course, I'm gonna have a chance to recognize our top performers, see who's stepping up to get on my radar. And I also wanna share thoughts on how to get and how to advance into TLA. We're gonna be promoting 30 to 50 new assistant manager interns for the people who step up between now and then. So a lot of things are for grabs, and find out what's exciting you. Let your manager know, hey, I really would love to be an assistant manager intern promoted on June 12th. I'm really looking to take a trophy and impress Jeff and be the #1 or top 20 trophy winner. What is that gonna take? And I'm really looking to surge so that when I leave that push week, when I finish SC1 and I leave into the summer, I'm already at 30 or $20,000 or $30,000+. All that's gonna happen by the plans you make between now and June 12th. So I have 3 things that can help you, and I want you to write this down, and I wanna send you off into the rest of your meeting. #1 is the Alliance, the 10K Alliance. What our managers have done is put together a group of selected coachable students who are gonna, between now and June 12th, agree to high-level coaching, extra motivation, and extra sessions. They're gonna cause them to gain those skills throughout the push. You know, what we found in the Alliance is that if someone wants to have a tremendous push, whether it's 10,000, 15, 20+, or maybe it's their biggest week ever, there's 3 things that really are needed. #1 is positive pressure. The pressure of setting an agreement and setting a goal and going for it. #2 is high-level coaching, the skills that our managers can teach you, because all of our managers have sold a lot of Cutco personally. That includes the coaching that I give on conference calls Mondays and Fridays during the push. And then number 3, circle of influence. Can you surround yourself with people like-minded, like-motivated, and like-energetic to really make things happen? For you athletes out there, sounds familiar, doesn't it? Right. It's called a team. It's called an elite team. It's called the select team. Ask your manager if the alliance is for you. If I were a representative right now looking to gain some massive surge and massive advantage, I would ask to check out the alliance meeting tomorrow in the morning. Check it out Thursday and Friday. And make a decision. Hey, I'm going to sign up for this other week and get on board with the alliance. Number 2, if you haven't been invited and haven't attended, come to my sales leadership development meeting on Tuesday. It's called the SLDM. It's from 12 to 4. And I'm not even going to give you more than this. I'm going to teach you my tips on how I got to be the #1 rep in the whole company. I'm going to show you all the advancement opportunities available to you, and then how you can use Cut Through College to have the most amazing resume and be a 5-star college graduate, meaning getting all the jobs you want in the future. So if you're in the office right now and there are other people who have been, hey, raise your hand to the rest of the group if you've been to an SLDM right now. And after this video, let them know how it was, what it did for you, and more importantly, where you are now because of it. And then the third thing I want to share is just an exciting contest to wrap up that I want to throw out to all of our Alliance members. We just had a contest, and props to all of our winners. I want to recognize again all the winners of our Get Jiggy, which are Siggy contest. That's 10 appointments or more this past Sunday after the phone jam. I'll recognize RJ from Clearwater with a free cent token.
Yeah.
I'll recognize Sierra from Clearwater, Party Slicer.
Yeah.
Mason from Clearwater with a steak night, cleaning up. Rob Rodriguez from Metro Miami with a cheese night, and Lexa Wells from the Pilot with the roll-up. So for this contest, we're going to announce on Friday's Alliance call, which is going to be an 8:45 start, by the way, and districts will talk about that. 8:45 on Friday, we have special guest speaker, Mr. Taylor Max Ricard, talking again on how to really surge your recommendations during this time of year. It's going to be an outstanding message. But at the end, I'm going to recognize anyone that has 10 or more appointments for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That's it. 10 or more. 10 or more appointments get you in the drawing, and every 5 on top of that gets you an extra chance. So it's for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Every 10 appointments get you in the drawing. Every 5 after gets you an extra chance. And we're going to do a live drawing for 6 tools, everyone. Check it out, 6 prizes. I'm going to give away 5 individual steak knives, right? That'll help you sell the Signature and the Complete. And we decided to make it a lot of fun. And we're going to give away 1 K-Bar Explorer on top of it for whoever gets drawn. So get into the drawing. Do the job and get into the drawing. And on Friday, 5 of you will walk away with a steak knife and 1 of you with a K-Bar Explorer. So thanks for your time tonight. I'm excited for you to get on my radar. Those of you that have my phone number, let me know what's going on. We haven't gotten the updates yet, but I'm looking for that contest winner from yesterday's SLDM. That's an outstanding start to this next part of the push. We'll talk to you guys soon. See you guys.
Nice. All right. So that's pretty exciting. So that some of you guys already have a head start towards next week's phone calling, which is pretty good. So I look forward to that. Before we wrap up, best practices. I wanted to get a couple of you guys to share some of your best practices very quickly. So RJ sold 2 Siggies yesterday. We're curious to hear from you. Taylor, we're curious to hear from you. Had 5 sales last week. Mason with a large average order. Josh with some of your success habits. Steven having 5 sales. And then Cynthia got 50 recommendations. You got 50 recommendations your first weekend. I want to hear from you. Tyler, we want to hear from you. You booked up, how many appointments tonight? 10? 10 appointments tonight. We want to hear from you. How'd you book up 10 appointments tonight? And Grant created 6 sales in a weekend. We want to hear from you. Very quickly, try to keep it under 20 seconds if you can. So in that order of which I just said your name, you could stand up and give us your best practices on how to do what you do best. So go ahead, start it up. So we'll go in that order. We'll go RJ, Taylor, Mason, Josh, Steven, Grant, Cynthia, Tyler. So that's the order. RJ, Taylor, Mason. Go.
All right. So obviously, this job is fairly random in what you sell on each appointment. It's going to depend on the customer, depending on how you do it. But I had 6 appointments yesterday. I completed 5 of them, and I had 2 big sales for a signature. So it's not necessarily that I sold 2 signatures; it's that I had 6 appointments. So randomness plus the quantity of appointments gives you consistency in the amount of sales you get. Because over a week, if you do 20 appointments, you're usually going to end up getting around the same yield in sales. And how do you get quantity? Morning phone time. Thank you.
Nice. Morning phone time. By the way, he booked up 2 same-day appointments, or 1 same-day
2
appointment.
same days, both sales, 1 was a C.
2 same-day appointments, both sales. 1 was the signature set by making phone calls before 9 a.m. So excellent, excellent point. We'll go Taylor, and then Mason, and then Josh.
So
5 sales in a week.
I actually had all 5 sales in virtuals, which I've been doing and being a lot more comfortable at as well because I don't have a car and I also don't have friends in my car. So we've been doing those, but it's just pretty much like it's all about confidence and was definitely the gifts for all of the people saying asking them to listen to the I coming out there or like getting them things like actually see people helps you get directly in and helps them act someone that might want to go on it. So
Nice. So make a list of all the people they made a gift for, and then using that towards the end of your appointment. Excellent. Mason on average orders. Josh, with your success habits of creating 4 to 6 sales every week.
So that's excellent. I had a $1,200 average order last week. Just walking into every appointment with a set mindset. The sets have the best value. It is pointless for a customer not to get a set. You get the pieces are discounted, safer than a bucket, safer than a bucket, right? And you get all the free stuff on top of it. So
that makes sense. Excellent. So we'll go. So Josh on your success habits, and then we'll go Steven last week, and then Grant on 6 sales in a weekend.
One definitely like the Tony Robbins or whatever you really send group chats. I mean, I don't know. I'm not listening to the ones that you send directly, but I listen to stuff like that. Regardless, just helps you get in a good mindset. Not only that, but to have that many orders, you got to make a lot of phone time, and just be comfortable with sitting down for a long period of time and just making a lot of calls, even if you're not getting the results. Just because during that daily routine, it's not like a big deal anymore. It's just something like something you're used to, so it's not really bad. I don't know, phone time isn't that bad once you're used to it.
Excellent. I think that's a great point. If you're making calls, sit down and make 100 to 200 phone calls, and then you won't be nervous to make calls anymore. So it's just face the fear. Like, if you quit smoking and smoke 2 and sitting, and you'll be so gross, so I don't want to smoke anymore. So it's like there's like psychology behind it. You into it, and then you become numb to it. We'll go to Steven, and then to Steven, Grant, Cynthia, Tyler.
Cool. So I basically just keep my 3-day window booked. Just so you know, cancellations make up. I had a cancellation and I booked the same day. So just make up for it. And then walking into each appointment and Mason said a set mindset. So
Excellent. Cynthia for 50 recommendations in a weekend, then Tyler booking up 10 appointments.
Definitely just walking in with confidence, like Steve was saying. Like, if you walk in with confidence, I don't believe that any customer will not buy. Like, some customer will always buy something from you. There's no, this is my first weekend on the job. I've only not sold to one person. That was my dad, who told me, dude, you're not selling me. I'm like, okay. that was literally all I got. But besides that, everybody will buy something, even if it's like one knife. I mean, that's still a sale. But I mean, obviously, have a set mindset, try to sell as much as you can.
Excellent. Cole, Cynthia, 50 recommendations in a weekend, and Tyler booking up 10 appointments in one sitting. So leverage the sponsor and making them tied to get them bought into you. So regardless of the sale is separate from the recommendations, but best practice there is just getting them into you, and then understand how that could still help you regardless of sales. Excellent. Tyler, 10 appointments in one sitting. What would you say?
Basically, like, to get that is don't be discouraged. Like, I called 10 people in a row, nobody picked up, so like, you want to hang your head, but just keep calling them. If they pick up, call your friend and ask if their parents are, and most likely it's a yes, and have your friend give the phone to the parent. You go through and get that. Sit down and get a phone.
You guys got that? So phone call. So a couple good best practices for some of us here. I do want to give a quick shout out to I was looking up to a couple of you guys. You guys know you can buy your sample kits. You get a discount on that. And I looked it up and I saw Brenda, Taylor, and Will all purchased your sample kits. You guys get it's like $500 in Cutco. Sample kits more than that, but I'm just kidding. You get $500 in Cutco, and your sample kit, essentially, it's like buying the trimmer, and that's, we're buying the peeler and whatever, cutting board, and you get all the other stuff for free. So it's like $500, but you get it for $90. And the benefit of that is you take it to school with you. It's yours forever. I would say, you guys are making big paychecks. I encourage you, take ownership over your sample kit. I would go to vectorsamples.com and just have it. It's yours. And that way you never have to worry about checking in, checking out. If you have a bad sales week, you get an email from the company saying, hey, you got to return your sample kit. You guys might, if you have 1 week, you go on vacation, you got to worry about checking it in. It's like, I would encourage you guys, just an invitation. It's an 85% discount. And if you want to purchase your sample kit, I think it'd be a good idea. One last announcement is it's long overdue, but we just want to wait it out. We have a key staff opportunity in our business. This is the first step to advancement. And, we like to promote someone. You got to be at least 3,000 in sales. You got to make sure that you have a positive attitude and someone who's consistent. And since this girl started, every single week since she's been here, there's at least one morning that she's been in the office, sometimes 2 or 3 or even 5 mornings in a week. Every week she's pretty much placed the sale all on virtual demos, which is pretty exciting. Top 5 in the office. It's pretty much a no-brainer for us. We also had a staff meeting on Monday where we wanted to consider some people for key staff, and really, there's only one name that came to mind. That was an easy, yeah, of course. She's been a guest at our key staff meetings for the last couple of weeks, and now it's like an official thing. And people say, well, what is key staff? Key staff is the key to unlock out more opportunities. That's all it is. So I'm pretty much locking the door on the key staff now on our meetings. Only key staff members can attend. You got to have the key to get in, 5 o'clock on Wednesdays. And now you officially have the key to get into our key staff meeting. So we want to officially recognize Sierra Roll for being a part of our next key staff. So kudos to you. So, we're back to the conference. We're with pride, and we're excited to have the rest of you guys, continue to elevate your game. 3K in sales, consistency, and a good positive attitude. So before you guys leave, just check in with your coach. If you need rope, leather, recommendation sheets, or any of that stuff, check in with your coach. Sign your time with them. So some of you guys turned in your sheets, but you kind of need this for demos booked tonight. See where it says demos booked tonight and next coaching time. And Tyler, you need all your demo times and stuff. So you guys might want to grab these and not give them to me yet. Now I'm thinking about it. So put your coaching call time on here. How many appointments you booked up? As far as for the on-time raffle and for booking up over 5 appointments, I'll get those raffle tickets ready. Is that board completely updated, by the way? Yes, hopefully. And we'll do our cornhole tournament. For those of you guys who want to stick around, we'll do some cornhole for gas cards. It'll be fun. Please put your chairs, just stack up all your chairs, please, on this side of the office, and we'll play cornhole next door. So that way Brenda can set up this room for training. So thank you so much for your time and your energy. Have a fantastic night, and we will see most of you tomorrow morning for Champions Club.